Yeah, just tell us about your memories. They're pretty grim. It took some time to get over, didn't it, that defeat?
Yeah, of course. Look, there's a chance of qualifying for a World Cup, which, you know, obviously didn't happen. So yeah, it's going to hurt. We haven't played at a World Cup since 2002. So, not me personally, I've never played at a World Cup. So it was a huge opportunity missed. But look, I was lucky enough to play in 2 European Championships. So come Monday, if we manage to qualify for a third, then I think that's probably puts the ghost to bed.
Yeah, the ghost. What did go wrong in that game? It was going so well, wasn't it, for the first leg and up to half time and
yeah,
second half?
To be honest, probably overconfident. We got the draw. We never played Denmark really before. Got the draw away, went 1-0 up, and you're thinking, oh, that's it. So, but I think if we had played we've played them a lot since. If we had kind of played the UEFA Nations games and that before that, we had a better understanding of what they're about, which we have now. So we know what to expect Monday. So hopefully that puts us in a.
So what have you learned then? As you said, I think you played them 4 times since that game. What have you learned? And you've done well. You've drawn all 4. What have you done differently?
We're just probably more aware of them. If anything, when you play someone so many times in a short period of time, you start to realise their kind of strengths and what they're good at. And you know, we have, like you said, we drew 4 times. We haven't managed to beat them yet. We got another chance on Monday to do that with obviously huge stakes. So hopefully we can Monday. But we just know that they're going to be hard to break down. They're going to be good on the ball. They're going to be dangerous. But this time, when we make chances, we need to take our chances. That's going to be the key.
And do you like the fact that you seem to get under their skin a bit?
Yeah, I was just asked that question by the journalist there. He quoted some of the comments that they've said. So yeah, hopefully they're more irritated after Monday, and they're sick of the sight of us and never want to play us again. So if that's the case, then I think we've done our job.
And just briefly a bit on your club form. I know you spoke glowingly about Nathan Jones, and in the last meeting you would have been sad to see him go, I'm sure. New boss coming in, an immediate impact, and for you as well, a terrific game by all accounts at Barnsley. Yeah,
look, it's obviously difficult. You don't want to see a manager lose their job, do you know what I mean? Like I said, I got so much respect for Nathan Jones. Unfortunately, it just wasn't working for whatever reason. We just weren't seeming to get results, and obviously the new manager comes on. You know, you see it everywhere. It gives kind of, for whatever reason, it gives a player and a team a boost. And we started with a good one on Saturday. So, look, as sad as I was to see kind of Nathan go, I know Michael. I've met him a couple of times in the past. He got a brilliant track record. So, yeah, we just have to focus on going forward now and not dwell too much on the past. So, I'm really excited to be working under Michael going forward.
And do you think you'll be able to juggle the 2 roles okay? Because obviously he's now with Northern Ireland, isn't he, preparing for their Euro games?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not. Like, he's an intelligent man by all accounts. So, yeah, I think he'll take it on a stride, no bother.
Thank you.
James, hi, how are you? What sort of words would you use if I asked you to describe the Ireland v Denmark rivalry over recent times?
Boring. Because there's been a lot of draws. No, I think they've seemed to be a bit more disrespectful towards us than we have towards them. We don't really talk about them. I think even the game in Denmark, they came out with a few quotes here and there leading up to the game. Look, it doesn't affect us. We got a job at hand to do. It's going to be a tough ask, of course, because they're a good side. But yeah, boring. But hopefully it's another boring night on Monday. But we come out on the right side of the scoreline.
And from your own point of view, you know, in the build-up to these games, would you watch or listen or read what they've said. Like, I interviewed Kasper Schmeichel after a couple of games in the Aviva, and I just thought he was very disrespectful towards Ireland, even sometimes towards the Irish journalists and the questions they were asking him. And we've heard Peter Schmeichel and others have made comments. Do you personally, use them in the build-up, read them, would it give you any extra motivation?
No, look, obviously you hear about them, and you have that sense of kind of, well, you want to shut them up. That's just natural. But I wouldn't say I get fixated really on spending the whole time thinking, wow, I want to, prove these wrong. And yeah, of course, but I wouldn't say it takes up too much of my day, no.
I certainly have a sense from watching the games and covering the games that they don't like playing against Ireland. They don't like playing against players like you. They want to get in their face and want to upset them and stuff. Is that a sense you get too, having played in the games?
No, look, we just have to. Well, you go into every game wanting to give your all, and whatever style that may be. No, it doesn't bother me. Like I said, if we can make it an uncomfortable night on Monday and get in their faces and just make them think, well, we don't fancy this, then great. But in the same sense, we still need to do one, so we need to do it in the right way. And if a chance comes along, we need to make sure we're clinical, because you're not going to get too many chances against them.
And as a player who's played in the League of Ireland yourself, you've been around Jack Byrne a little bit in the last couple of squads as well. He's made his debut. He won the PFAI Player of the Year the other night as well. What have you made of how he's done? And I know he's hopeful himself to make an impact on Thursday, certainly.
Yeah, Jack's a brilliant lad. Sometimes you wish you could put a muzzle on him and just shut up, which is obviously, it's refreshing, do you know what I mean, lad? He just takes it all in stride. He's shown, especially in the Bulgaria game when he came on, it was a huge occasion for him, but he showed that he's far from out of place at this level. He was brilliant when he came on. He's had a brilliant season, brilliant end of the season where they won the FA Cup, and he's got Player of the Year. So yeah, he'll be full of confidence, and he'll be champing at the bit to hopefully get minutes under his belt on Thursday against New Zealand, and no doubt he'll show what a good player he is.
And lastly, from you as an attacking player, do you think Jack could add to the game in Denmark in terms of the passes that he plays for Shamrock Rovers, the passes that he played in his Ireland appearance? That as an attacking player, for him to be able to find you in areas where his passing is so good.
I think that's a question you have to ask the manager. Look, I can't answer that for you. If the manager sees fit to play Jack on Monday, yeah, like I said, he's showing he's not out of place at this level, so I think he'll be more than ready if that's the case.
Thank you.
James, if you go back to the 5-1, Christian Eriksen obviously played a central role in what happened that night. How much does how you control him on Monday determine how the game might come out?
Yeah, look, it's obviously going to be crucial that he doesn't have a good game, because he's probably their most influential player. So if he doesn't have a good night, you've got probably a better chance. But in the same sense, you can't go on thinking, oh, we need to just focus on Eriksen, because if that happens, you're going to create opportunities for other players. So no, there's 11 good players that play for them. So we got to be mindful of them all and make sure we don't focus too much on them. We need to impose ourselves on them and our game plan, and I'm sure we'll do that this week to make sure we give ourselves the best chance come Monday.
You got into the Ireland team as a relatively young man. You're now one of the senior players, I suppose. Do you enjoy that responsibility, and do you relish in that? You scored a lot of goals in the last campaign in particular.
Yeah, obviously the last campaign went really well. I'm due a goal. Haven't scored this campaign yet, so obviously it'd be nice if that was the case on Monday. But yeah, the answer to your question about being a senior member now, it just kind of happens. You don't even realise it without knowing. It's just the years go by and that just happens. All of a sudden, you find yourself in the old v young, and you're in the old team. When it comes to the small-sided games, you're thinking, well, where's the years gone? But look, I'm 30 and feel great, feel fit, probably fitter than ever. So I'd like to think I've got a few more years left on me yet. And if I can help anybody coming through, if they want the advice or not to do what I've done when I first came through, with a few silly things here and there, hopefully I can pass on words of wisdom.
I mean, there are some even younger players than you were now in and around the squad. If there was one piece of advice you would give them, what would that be?
Stay off social media. No, yeah, no. Just apply yourself in the best possible way. Be the best pro you can be. I was told by Martin O'Neill when I first at Sunderland. He said, because of being a good pro and work right alone, you'll make a good career for yourself. And it's something that I've always kept with me and taken on board. So I pride myself on how I look after myself and how my fitness levels are. So yeah, so I would kind of just reiterate what Martin said to me and pass that on.
Hi, James. You don't have to get into this if you don't want to, but I know there are news stories this morning that the FA will investigate sectarian chanting toward you against Barnsley. I know that you've been very frustrated at the FA in the past. We were talking to you after that birthday card that you posted online. Like, would you have a message for the FA in this kind of latest round of investigations and so on as to what you endure?
Look, they give them their fair dues. I got contacted with a member of the FA on Friday before the Barnsley game, just offering support. So
even ahead of time, just kind of expecting it.
I wouldn't expect it. No, it was quite a shock, but in the same sense, credit where it's due. You know, he didn't have to text me. He hasn't for the last kind of 8 years.
Yeah.
But look, credit where it's due. They did. They offered support, and they seem to be following up the chance from what happened on Saturday. So yeah, look, I was criticising them in the past, but I'm backing off as well. They show and give credit where it's due.
Do you have anything in mind as what an appropriate punishment for the fans is? The fans that are singing these songs?
No, look, that's not up for me. They decide. I'm not an expert in that department, so yeah, I'm sure they'll do what they see fit.
Yeah. This is an annual thing now for you in England. Are you not sick of playing football in England in November?
No.
No?
No, not really. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. It probably affects my wife and my mum more, but you know, that's something I kind of just probably don't take into consideration how they feel. Like for me, it's just, you know, I just get on with it. I think over the years I've developed kind of thick skin, and that's just water for ducks back to me when it happens.
Okay. So you're back in the international camp. Obviously, this is the defining week. You've been ever present in this campaign, but how would you assess your performances and your form across it? Because, as you mentioned, you've scored so many important goals in the previous campaign. Those haven't arrived yet.
No, they haven't arrived, and that's obviously something where I can, you know, improve on and something I want to improve on. Look, but I've played every game, and we're one game away from qualifying. So, yeah, I haven't probably scored goals. Obviously, you're as an attacking player, you're probably judged on goals and assists, but I've got 1 or 2 assists, which turned out to be crucial. So, oh, look, obviously the manager sees him doing something right if he's picking me every week. I know some lads, if it was up to them, I wouldn't kick a ball against. But look, enough for me that they have no kind of education in the game, and the manager picks the team.
So you're not going into games almost worrying the fact that you haven't scored a goal. It's not something that is kind of bothering.
Oh, it's not worrying me because I feel I can help the team in other ways. Maybe not pretty on the eye, but effective. But yeah, look, I've scored a lot of goals for Ireland in the past, and I'm due one. So hopefully that can be Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For those people who will point and say you scored X amount of goals 2 years ago and you haven't scored yet,
Yeah.
Is there anything that's different in your team, in your role in the team? Are you being asked to do different things that some of your critics are not aware of?
No, I just think, you know, you can't really go by what you've done in the past. Do you know what I mean? Like, the opportunities just present themselves in the past. I've managed to put them away. Maybe haven't had as many opportunities thus far, but who's to say I'm not going to get a good opportunity on Monday and put it away? So, no, you just take each game as it comes, and hopefully, like I said, I get a good opportunity and I manage to put it away if I'm playing on Monday.
Yeah. With the 5-1 fresh in everyone's mind going into this game, Are you motivated by revenge at all? Is that a thing in your mind against Denmark?
No, like I said, I've said this plenty of times in the past. You can't right the wrongs of that night because of what was at stake. You know, just like I said, but funny enough, you know, the way football works, we're having another chance to qualify for another tournament against Denmark, it's challenging to be. But so, yeah, that's motivation in itself, to qualify. So, no, there's no revenge. I know people like this kind of balled up this little story of like revenge and this and that, but no, it's motivation itself is qualifying.
Yeah, and my last question is, obviously home advantage can be a massive advantage. Would you have any message to fans in terms of making that advantage, or use the word again, as big as it can be?
No, the fans that pack the stadium are always brilliant, to be fair to them. The Switzerland game was probably the best atmosphere we've had in a very long time. So if they can recreate that and help us go one better this time and pick up the one, yeah, then obviously it helps when you've got the 40 odd thousand Ireland fans back on you. So yeah, that'd be nice.
Thanks very much.
No problem.